What we have to do when we get back is just a few things. The budget and the tax plan, so no big deal. This year the governor's budget held harmless K through 12, higher education, transportation, and social services. Those areas make up 90% of our state budget. The House believes there is nothing so sacred within these areas that they do not do without a little scrutiny and accountability. Not having oversight on behalf of Kansas taxpayers is truly a missed opportunity. And I spoke to this group before, and you've heard my big government speech, and we're still growing government, and that's not exactly someplace that it's something I'm proud of. That's why I'm so glad our House Budget Committee did a lot of investigation and found areas of state government that can make do with less. The House has passed landmark Second Amendment protections and pro-life legislation that is receiving national attention. However, the work that I'm most proud of is the House budget and tax plan. Our main focus this session has been putting together a responsible and smaller budget and a competitive tax plan that builds on the $488 million income tax cut passed last year. Just to note that $488 million is over just 6 years. The House has worked extremely hard to make our state more business-friendly and attract new jobs. You may not have heard much about that, what has been accomplished, because of the limited view our friends in the media have decided to publish from the State House. This year, the House has been the fiscally conservative anchor of the legislature, and the House budget and tax plan are perfect examples. A good example of this is a 4% cut to higher education in the House budget. Although state funding of higher education for the last decade has remained steady, and inflation has only increased 25%, higher education has grown tuition to allow their spending to raise 138%. Even before the legislature began reviewing the budget this year, the Higher Education Committee had scheduled a $48 million tuition increase. The regents offered pinpointed reductions that would have equaled a 4% cut, but then asked for more flexibility by simply reducing their overall state funding by 4%. Knowing this, is it responsible to allow a system to continue graduating students with an average of $22,000 in debt and degrees that may or may not deliver jobs? Or does our higher education system need more accountability? The House believes the higher education system can operate more efficiently and serve our students better. One of the frustrations House Budget Committee members have experienced as they work to reduce the size of government is agencies that keep open full-time employee spots so they can use the funding for other budget areas. This has made inefficiencies in government hard to find because they are reported as employees that really do not exist. To find where agencies are using this ploy, the House Budget Committee froze the total amount of money allocated for state employee salaries at the current level paid. This keeps agencies from moving extra funds to other areas of their budgets. The House committee was able to save $127 million from the budget proposed by the governor. The Senate budget has made some cuts, but mostly adopted the governor's budget recommendations. 3 years ago, when the Democrats and liberal Republicans increased taxes by a cent, they planned for 6/10 of the sales tax to expire in 3 years, with 4/10 permanently going to the Kansas Department of Transportation. This sales tax money is claimed by KDOT, but is the same as the rest of the sales tax funds collected by the state. On June 30th, 1/8 of every penny collected in sales tax will go to the transportation program in the state. That's on top of all the other funding sources they have. Like gasoline tax. It's a cash cow right now. The House budget cut enough that the House tax plan was not forced to raise the sales tax while giving the state an ending balance of $390 million to ensure the state pays school and other obligations on time. The House plan builds on the income tax reductions passed last year and ensures continued tax cuts for all Kansans. By cutting income tax rates based upon revenue growth, the House plan effectively prohibits government growth because the new revenues must be used to buy down the income tax rates.